All right. Here we go with another one. The Discovery of Karl Pilkington, Part 5, I think. Oh my god, I lost track. I genuinely look forward to these, though. I think this is so far my favorite Karl material. It's just so raw, original, vintage Karl. Anyway, Lego.
Did you ever see the magpie again when you took it to the school and confused it?
No.
You're joking. That was the end of it, was it?
Yeah.
So where did it go?
Probably to some other kid. Because, I mean, actually, it probably got killed. Because if it was being that friendly with other people, some people might have took advantage of it.
In what way?
Well, there was a programme on the other week about...
What, in the way that Shuffle both of them was trying to take advantage of you?
Well, there was a programme on the other week about bear whisperers.
Yeah.
And some blokes got really friendly with a bear, and then when they were leaving that area where the bear was, they said, "Oh, we've caused a problem here because there's some bear hunters coming in and moving into this area, and it's going to get a bullet if it acts like this." So they had to scare it away, and that's what I should have done with Maggie. I should have terrified it a little bit so it wouldn't trust humans.
Just introduced it to some of your schoolmates, I'm sure would have freaked it right out.
Well, the ones with
Maybe
the
that
big
was
heads.
why it fled.
It didn't see.
It's
Oh no!
weird.
It didn't see those two fellas with big heads and webbed hands coming towards it, did it?
That would have terrified anything. It's like a scarecrow, like two walking scarecrows. Listen, have we got time for a song for the ladies? What's happening? We've not really thought.
Quick
We've
then,
been
quick!
wittering
Just
on
do
here.
it! Just do it! Thanks very much.
Well, hang on, no, we haven't lined anything up, have we?
I was going to play Mary Lawson and that for you. And then
Is this going to be the final track?
It has to be.
Yeah, it would be, yeah.
We've blown it. We've blown it on the Karl special.
We have indeed.
I'll play it next week. So Karl there's got an E at history in GCSE. Any history teachers, anyone who can help Karl out, I think we should try and register him and take it this June. So
what's
thanks
your
very
homework
much
for this
listening. You've got to read about Che Guevara, haven't
Yeah.
you? The revolutionary leader.
Okay.
Do you know anything about him at all? Have you got any basis?
I just know that if you want to use his face on your business, it costs a lot of money. Do you know, like, if McDonald's wanted to have him as, like, instead of Ronald McDonald?
How does he do it? Steve, how does he do it, man?
Oh, we listen. Just play a final record, Karl. Say goodbye. What do you make of Olympic ski hero Alan Baxter testing positive for drugs?
What did he do?
Well, he won a gold medal in the Olympics, and he
what?
was a skier,
Right.
and he won gold medal, and they've just tested him positive for some kind of illegal drug.
But what, I mean, if he did, why take drugs to ski? Because all you do is balance.
But imagine, it'd be amazing if you were stoned, like going down a hill.
Yeah, it's not like you have
But
to...
it's not going to help you, is
No,
it?
it's
not
just
like,
gravity that's doing all the work, isn't it, with skiing?
Yeah, but it's often to do with your athleticism, isn't it? It's
No,
to
but it'd be
help you.
like saying, and we've just found out the people on the toboggan were on crack. It's not going to help them. My brother went into the army, right? Because he couldn't get a normal job, and my dad said, you know, if you don't get a job by such a date, that's it, son, you're going in the army. And, so when was the Falklands? Was it about
81.
Right? And he joined back in like 81 or something. And he I don't know, he was in Aldershot or something.
Oh, yeah.
And he wrote back to my mum saying, you know, a bad time to join, bad time in this. So she wrote...
What bad time to join? That's so sweet, Karl, isn't it? That's like, dear Dad, yeah, well done.
Don't know if you've noticed.
Yeah, I was on the dole, that's for sure. Thank you for joining a month before the Belgrano.
Anyway,
go on.
my mum called up, spoke to the sergeant, and said, "Can you leave him out of this one?
Can you leave him out of this one? What, the Falkland War?
He's only just joined," and she called him Chuck, which he got done for. Like, she's one of them, I think it's a northern thing, like saying, "How are you, Chuck?"
Yeah.
And she called the sergeant Chuck, and the sergeant said to my brother, "Your mum, you know, she's called up and asked if you can not go," which, of course, you know, I mean, we'll see how it goes. But can you
What?
tell
What
her-
do you mean?
No, he ended up being a mechanic in there, and he got kicked out for going for a packet of fags in a tank.
What? Now, wait a minute. Do you mean he nipped down the shops
Yeah.
in a tank?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I don't believe that, Karl. You
Honest to
really-
God, that, and he went off with the sergeant's wife. So that didn't help. He ended up getting kicked out.
Sorry, you're...
No, but Mrs. Matthews, me head teacher.
Oh, let's
Sure.
not lay into Matthews again. She
Oh,
was
not
getting a...
not Matty
She
Matthews,
said
not
I'd never-
Grimble Matty Matthews.
I'd
we used to call
never
him.
be a high flyer.
If she could see you now, What did she say? You'll never be a high flyer.
She said that to me, mum and dad,
Really?
on a parents' evening.
And
That was after I'd played the drums in Little Donkey.
She clearly didn't know what Carl, this is a quick question to you. Would you ever sort of find yourself in a situation where you might confuse a woman's breasts with mountains? Is that a concern for you, do you think?
No.
Not a problem for you?
Well, not if they're small and humble, I wouldn't.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what, fingers crossed.
If they were small and humble, then I'd pretty much not confuse them with mountains.
Thank God, but I mean, if they were large and sort of pendulous.
And with like quite rocky with snow on top.
Exactly.
Then I'd go, hold on, love.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, love. I was into this, but now
Exactly.
I feel like I'm alone.
Carl, do you know what we're talking about?
Who has done that?
I'll give you a
what?
clue. One more
Yeah.
time. See, my breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them with mountains. Shakira. It's a lyric that
taking
me
the
and Steve are
nation
obsessed
by
with.
storm.
It's quite a nice song. It's got another.
It's very much like, it sounds a bit like Men at Work Down Under.
Yeah, it's got the panpipes.
Is this what's its kid?
Who?
Julio Iglesias.
No, it's Shakira. Consequently, the word Shakira there being mentioned.
I haven't heard of him.
Okay. She's a big Latin star, apparently, big Latin American star. And anyway, just sing it again for us.
See, my breasts are small and humble, so you don't confuse them with mountains. Which is a concern. It was always a concern.
Definitely.
A number of times she's woken up and there's been a fat bloke with a beard and a little Sherpa. She goes, "What are you doing?" And they go, "We're just trying to climb this mountain." Look again. Oh, sorry, love.
Oh, it's your tits, I didn't
Oh, your
realise.
tits. We thought we were in.
I can't believe
K2.
it.
I can't. Well, can we camp here? You can't camp on my tits for the night. No.
Well, why are you climbing them?
Well, I just
'Cause
got
they were there.
confused. Well, they're small and humble. Are you mental? Look at Carl. I love that look at Carl. Carl is looking back and forth. You know when you sort of you go to a cat and it looks back and forth between two people. That's very much like Carl's looking at us now.
Or when, like, a child sees a midget or something in the street. They're just transfixed, aren't they?
It's like, accidents happen.
Go on then.
When things like that happen, right? You've been told not to mention it,
Yeah.
and you're like a little kid.
Yeah.
And once things are in your head,
Yeah.
it's difficult not to mention it. I mean, when I was a kid,
Yeah.
Go on.
right?
Yeah.
My mum's sister Hazel
Right.
was seeing another bloke. It's weird because she's a lesbian now. It's really weird.
That must have been an interesting Christmas.
But anyway, she was seeing this bloke, and he looked like Ken Dodd, apparently.
He looked like Ken Dodd.
Looked like Ken Dodd. So people said, don't mention it because it gets on his nerves when you like meet him and you go, oh god, you look like Ken Dodd. So I said, all right, his name's Will or whatever. And I was introduced to him. First thing I said, nice to meet you, Ken. I can't help it if my hair's not good.
I noticed the other day when Carl was sitting on your knee having his picture taken. It's a long story, right? He's got a completely spherical head. It's slightly too small. I'm not being funny because I'm not perfect. But he's got a completely spherical little head. He looks a little bit like a baby hamburger. You know Hamburger off McDonald's?
Sure.
He looks like a little baby hamburger. And it's sort of quite put upon. It's
Suzanne thinks I look like that thing in that Dulux advert. Do you know when the woman pulls the head off that?
That little plasticine
Yeah,
morph type
and then they
thing.
make a new head for it. And it's like a little head.
really.
And that's your girlfriend saying it.
I know. Who do you think's cooler to look at, Steve or the Chemical Brothers?
Steve.
Definitely, yes. You're absolutely right, Carl, and that's the first sensible thing you've said for a
If
long
I was
time.
to work with Steve on some music,
Yeah.
if I had the choice, I think Steve would look better on a album cover.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you change him at all? What would you do with his image?
I'd put him in the distance. So
I can't believe this is...
no, just so you don't look as tall. That's doing you a favour.
You know, I'm right.
Have you done a business degree, have you?
Commerce.
You did commerce. Where did you do that? What did you do with that?
At school, I'd learn how to fill out a cheque, pay a bill, and I think I had a trip round Kellogg's.
Did you, you worked at a supermarket called Corden Bleu.
Yeah,
Cordon bleu.
Brilliant.
That's great, isn't it?
it's rubbish.
Oh.
Got sacked.
You've had
What
some
did you get sacked
amazing-
for?
Messing about in a back in the car park round the back.
Yeah.
Right, there was a grid, and all the concrete had gone funny. So when it rained, you got like a big lake,
Oh yeah.
right? And I got in. Do you know those big metal trolleys you get to like put all the food in? Whilst
Oh,
you
yeah,
And
yeah.
I got in one of them and pushed myself out into this lake.
Of cement.
No,
Of
it was
water.
full
Oh, it
of
was
water
water,
'cause it'd
right,
been
right,
raining.
right.
And I got stuck in the middle, right? And the boss was like, "Where's Karl? He's meant to be doing, facing up the beans." And I was like,
And you were
so-
stranded in a lake.
So someone said, "Oh, I saw him messing about out the back." He came out and saw me stuck in the middle of this lake in a trolley, and he said, "Get back in." I said,
Would you say no? I'm filming sharks.
I said, "It's too deep."
I read one the other day, actually, which was very interesting. It was one that the famous film director Orson Welles said.
Oh yeah.
Which he said, apparently there was a bear going across a lake, wading through the lake, and a scorpion said, well, let me go on your back, will you? Come on, just let me go on your back, we'll go across, it'd be brilliant. He goes, well, no, you'll just sting me. You go, don't be stupid, if I sting you, you'll die, and we'll both drown. And he goes, oh, fair enough.
Who was doing the stinging?
The scorpion.
Scorpion.
Right, okay.
And the bear's wading through the water.
Yeah.
So the scorpion jumps on the back, and they wade through the water, and halfway across, the scorpion stings the bear. And the bear goes, well, we're both going to die now. He goes, yeah, it's my nature.
I thought he was going to say, "I can swim."
Oh, you're the best.
What's the one about?
Does that mean anything to you? It's my nature. I.e., that's in my nature.
That's the way it is.
That's what I do. Yeah, I'm a scorpion. Yeah, one of my favourite ones.
These don't mean anything to you, do they? I mean, what I'm
The
saying is
little
you're not impressed by them.
They're all right.
What about
Why
this?
not
What about
just
this
say
one?
Don't
Wait,
trust bears or
here's
whatever?
one of my yeah.
The only thing you can do is fall in love, Carl. But I was out with Carl last night, obviously party animal. You know, he's hanging out with some of my friends. You enjoyed yourself, didn't you, Carl?
That's all right.
But you were a bit worried about Jennifer Lopez, weren't you?
Yeah.
What was the concern?
I don't really know what's going on in the pop world.
You're joking.
No.
Go on.
And I was here in the toilets, right? And I heard it playing out on the speaker, and I heard the DJ go, "There you go, that's Left Eye Lopez there."
That's not.
And I thought, it's Jennifer Lopez.
No, it's the little one.
She had some sort of eye injury.
You thought he was breaking the news of
Yeah.
Jennifer Lopez losing an eye
I
by
thought-
calling her Left Eye Lopez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's genius.
Don't worry, we put him right. It's okay.
Dears, I try and educate whenever I can.
What's that one? I said the deer is already
Yeah,
plural.
do it. But I said like sheep or fish. So you can say fishes. And we were laughing. I said, do you know the plural of mongoose? Because a lot of people think it would be mongoose. It's not. It's mongooses. Do you know what Karl said?
Plural of mongoose.
Mongoose, yes.
Plural of
It's
mongoose.
worth a competition. No, it's not. No.
No, go on.
Karl, what did you think the plural of mongoose was?
Mongs.
Finally, what do you make of Halle Berry becoming the first black woman to win the Best Actress Oscar? Did you see her speech?
Got on my nerves.
Did it?
I mean, it's good that she won. It's nice for anyone to win an award.
Yeah.
But she did go on a bit. And, I've been in that same sort of position.
What? Collecting an Oscar?
Well, I got, what they used to do at school is,
Okay.
if you did a full month without being off, you got a gold certificate.
Okay.
And I did a month once without having a day off. And
Sure.
I went up, and I didn't make a fuss.
You didn't start crying.
Can't play a record, mate.
Well done, though. Were you the first kid in your school to do that?
I don't think anyone else got the certificate. It was only because I was never in. They tried to encourage me to come in.
It was just for you. They mounted an entire ceremony just to
Carnival.
encourage you.
So Henry
It was so good because every single element as well was sponsored by someone.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the menu. I've got the program here, and the menu, right? The pudding is sponsored by Electrolux.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever had a pudding sponsored by
Yeah.
Electrolux.
I was sponsored by Zanussi.
When everyone was doing the prayers, did you look at them with their eyes shut, like you did at school?
What do you mean?
Well, when you had
Did you look at someone with your eyes shut?
No, like you'd do that. You'd do your hands together,
Yeah.
and you sort of look at people with their eyes shut and think that's what they look like when they're sleeping.
Play a record.
Can you ever do that?
What do you make of fears that dumped Britney Spears? She's been dumped by her boyfriend. There's worries that she may be cracking up, Karl. You concerned?
What are the signs?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm just reading from this section, but I would assume that she's obviously showed signs of depression, maybe.
She'll be all right. I remember, Zoe Harris when she sort of got bored of me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Get over it. I don't even think about her now.
What? And how long did it take you? How long did it take you to get over Zoe?
Harris.
How long did it take
To
you?
be honest, right, it was like one of my first girlfriends, and she was a pain. I remember I went out with her because she wouldn't stop hassling me, right?
Yeah.
I remember
Good reason to fall in love with
that. Oh, go on
I
then.
never talked to her, and then the bit that really got me, I thought I half liked her, and then I remember, right, we were at a school party, sort of infant school.
Infant school?
right?
Are you sure it wasn't junior school?
Well, it's on the cusp.
Yeah.
Like when you're about to leave infants and go to the next one.
Yeah.
And she was crying because
You were saying, I don't think we should move in together.
He was crying.
She was crying.
Oh, was she?
Had you
She
stolen
must
her
have
milk?
been- She must have been nearly 6. Why didn't she grow up?
No, she was crying because somebody had stood on a dress and put a bit of an hole in it. And I said, "Oh, for God's sake!"
I can't stand it. Oh,
So
God.
you,
I just think him.
so you gave her a slap.
I just think of him, he's like 6, like with clogs and a flat cap, going slightly bald, going, for Christ's sake, woman, come on.
And, in all the time he was in charge, 50 million people died.
So that's 1918 to 1945.
Yeah.
Between
It felt like that.
between Travis and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Next week. That's fantastic.
That's remarkable. I have to say that you sort of lost your grasp somewhere along the line because you started off confidently, but you lost your
I've had a really busy week, and last night I was like whizzing through it.
Sure.
And then this morning I woke up, and Suzanne had been away for about 3 days, right?
Yeah.
I hardly spoke to her. She's been busy, I've been busy. First thing to say when I wake up, "Oh, just ask me some stuff on Hitler."
You old romantic.
Okay, we'll stop here. Oh my God, I can't. I don't even know what the hell to say. I mean, he was definitely just stupider. Like I can't even defend that. What the hell is Left Eye Lopez? Left Eye Lopez. What? No. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think I remember. I think one incident that he mentioned about the girl in the dress. I think that one they mentioned on the animated show on the podcast. I think it is the same one. But other than that, everything else so far has been insane, just too crazy, and it's really funny.